What if you stumbled across a car that stopped time itself? Picture this: walking into a barn, dust swirling in the air. You pull back the tarp, and there it is, an untouched 1969 Corvette Stingray. Its chrome still shining like it just rolled off the production line. Cars like this don't just get found, they're discovered. Rare, iconic, and worth more than some homes. Get ready for cars so exclusive. Owning one is like holding a piece of history. Let's get started. Number 10-1969 Pontiac Trans Am Convertible. The 1969 Pontiac Trans Am Convertible, one of the rarest and most beautiful muscle cars ever made. This car is so rare that only 8 examples were built, and it's widely considered to be one of the most significant American performance cars of the era. Originally ordered as a company car by a Pontiac engineer, this particular Trans Am convertible boasts an impeccable pedigree. Finished in stunning white with blue accents, it's a perfect example of Pontiac's performance ambitions. In 2016, this Trans Am sold for a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. With its combination of rarity, beauty, and performance, it's no wonder this car remains at the top of many collectors' lists. Number 9-1966 Shelby GT350 supercharged the 1966 Shelby GT350, but with a twist. This isn't just any GT350. It's one of the factory supercharged versions built by Shelby to boost the car's performance. In 1965, Shelby's GT350 was already an absolute powerhouse, but by 1966, Shelby decided to add a Paxton supercharger to some models, pushing their performance even further. Shelby only built 11 supercharged GT355s in 1966, and of those, only 4 were painted in the eye-catching candy apple red. These supercharged versions not only offered more horsepower, but also improved acceleration, making them even more thrilling to drive. What makes this particular GT350 even more special is its history as one of the 11 factory supercharged cars and its rarity in that candy apple red paint. In 2020, one of these rare Shelby GT350 supercharged sold for a remarkable $852,000. Given the continuing rise in Shelby car values, this one's likely to keep appreciating. Number 8-1971 Plymouth Hemi Cuda Convertible. The 1971 Plymouth Hemi Cuda Convertible, the ultimate muscle car. With only 11 Hemi-powered Cuda convertibles ever produced, this car is as rare as they come. It's powered by the legendary 426 Hemi VIF8, which was capable of producing 425 horsepower, and it's paired with a 4-speed transmission. The rarity of the Hemi Cuda, combined with its stunning looks and unmatched performance, makes it the holy grail of muscle cars. Recently, one sold for a jaw-dropping $4.9 million, setting a new benchmark for muscle car prices. There's no other car like it, and it's the ultimate symbol of the golden age of American performance cars. Number 7-1969 Ford Mustang Boss 429. The 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 429, an engineering marvel and one of Ford's most sought-after muscle cars. The Boss 429 was born from Ford's need to compete in NASCAR, and it's essentially a factory-built race car with street-legal capabilities. Enter the Boss 429 Mustang. Only 1,356 of these Boss 429s were produced between 1969 and 1970. What makes this particular Boss 429 especially rare is that it's equipped with the S-Code 429 engine, which has minimal emission components and magnesium valve covers. It was one of the first iterations of what would become one of the most legendary muscle car engines in history. Today, a low-mileage Boss 429 like this one recently sold for $523,000 in 2020. If you come across one in mint condition, you're looking at a serious investment that has only appreciated in value. There's number 6-1969 Dodge Coronet Hemi convertible, a car that wasn't particularly popular when it was first released, but has since become one of the most coveted muscle cars of all time. The 1969 Dodge Coronet Hemi convertible. When it came to the B-body platform, Dodge's Coronet didn't exactly steal the spotlight in the 60s. But that all changed when it was paired with the legendary Hemi engine. The Hemi engine, often referred to as the elephant engine due to its immense power and size, turned this otherwise unassuming car into a racing legend. Dodge only made 107 Hemi-powered Coronets in 1969. But what really sets this one apart is that it's one of just 10 convertibles built. Even rarer is the fact that it's one of only 4 Hemi-powered convertibles equipped with a 4-speed transmission. Not only does this make it one of the rarest muscle cars on the market, but it's also one of the most beautiful. Finished in bright metallic green with a white interior, this car is a stunning representation of the muscle car era. This rare Coronet Hemi convertible was sold for $625,000 in 2016, and with its unique combination of power and beauty, it could very well fetch an even higher price today. Number 5, 1969 Chevrolet Camaro. ZL1 COPO, the 1969 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 COPO, one of the most elusive and iconic muscle cars of all time. Chevrolet built the ZL1 specifically for drag racers under the Central Office Production Order (COPO) system, which allowed dealers to order special high-performance parts that weren't available in regular production cars. The ZL1 COPO Camaro was the result of this covert operation. Only 69 of these special COPO Camaros were built, and of those, only 12 received the ZL1427 engine. This car's 427 engine made it one of the most powerful cars of its time, and the combination of this power with the agile, lightweight Camaro body made it a dominant force in racing. In 2021, a COPO Camaro ZL1 sold for $825,000. Given the rarity and performance, this car is a collector's dream. Number 4, 1970 Plymouth Superbird Hemi. The 1970 Plymouth Superbird Hemi, a car so wild it's impossible to forget. The Plymouth Superbird was built specifically for NASCAR, where it needed to meet homologation requirements, which meant Plymouth had to produce and sell at least 500 units to qualify for racing. But due to its extreme aerodynamics, most notably its massive rear wing, the Superbird wasn't the most common sight on the streets. Plymouth only produced 135 Hemi-powered Superbirds, and among them, this particular example, finished in limelight green, is one of only 2 built in that color. With its legendary Hemi engine and high-performance suspension, the Superbird wasn't just a NASCAR contender. It was also an icon. The car's striking looks and low production numbers have made it a favorite among collectors. This one, with its unique combination of color and Hemi power, sold for $852,500 in 2016. It remains one of the most coveted muscle cars in existence. Number 3, 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge Convertible. The 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge Convertible, one of the most famous and desirable muscle cars in history. The GTO Judge was Pontiac's answer to the rising popularity of performance cars in the late 60s, and it quickly became an icon in the muscle car world. Only 7 GTO Judges were ever built as convertibles, and this particular example is one of the most sought after. Finished in orbit orange, it's equipped with a 400 cubic inch Ram Air engine and an automatic transmission. It was one of the highest option Judges ever built, making it even more rare and desirable. In 2016, this rare Judge convertible fetched a stunning $1.1 million at auction, making it one of the most expensive GTOs ever sold. It remains a prime example of Pontiac's muscle car legacy. Or number 2, 1970 Dodge Challenger RT Hemi Convertible. The 1970 Dodge Challenger RT Hemi Convertible, an absolute legend. With only 9 Hemi-powered RT convertibles ever built, this is one of the rarest muscle cars on the planet. Out of those, only 4 were equipped with an automatic transmission, making this particular model even rarer. The 426 cubic inch Hemi engine in this car was a game changer. Capable of producing over 425 horsepower, the Hemi engine is often considered one of the most powerful and legendary engines ever built. This Challenger RT was designed not just for performance, but for sheer speed and excitement. In 2016, this car sold for an eye-watering $1.65 million, setting a record for the highest price ever paid for a Challenger. If you find one of these, you found a piece of automotive history. Number 1. 1970 Buick GSX. Buick's bold attempt to join the muscle car wars. In February 1970, Buick introduced a prototype of the GSX at the Chicago Motor Show, and the public's response was so enthusiastic, Buick decided to put it into production. But this wasn't just another muscle car. It was Buick's response to the likes of the Chevrolet Chevelle and the Pontiac GTO, who were dominating the market at the time. The GSX was unique because it was equipped with a high-performance 455 cubic-inch V8 engine, delivering 360 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. It was designed to be more than just a road car. It was a statement. Buick offered the GSX in a Stage 1 and Stage 2 version, with Stage 1 being the more powerful and rarer of the two. Only 678 GSX were produced, and of those, just 118 were equipped with the 4-speed transmission. In 2020, one of these rare Stage 1 4-speed models sold for $203,500, and given its increasing demand, that price has likely climbed since. For muscle car fans, owning one of these is like owning a piece of American automotive history. As we wrap up our countdown of the rarest, most collectible muscle cars, one thing is clear. These machines are far more than just metal and engines. They're treasures. They're time capsules. They're proof that when passion meets precision, magic happens. Whether it's the thunderous rumble of a Hemi engine or the gleaming chrome of a 1970 Buick GSX, these cars represent the peak of American engineering, rarer than a comet passing by and more valuable than gold in some cases. So here's my question for you. Which of these muscle cars would you drive if you had the keys? And better yet, which one would you own? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because, trust me, you don't want to miss what we've got coming next. From car auctions that could make you rich to the next wave of muscle car legends, this journey's far from over. Make sure to hit that like button, share the love, and if you're not already subscribed, now's the time to join the ride. This is just the beginning. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Stay tuned, gearheads.